Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really important if you're dealing with property over in Ireland.
Yeah, specifically the role of a property solicitor.
Exactly. We've been looking at some great info from Cosgrove Solicitors. They're specialists in this area,
hmm
and we want to unpack why having that legal expertise is, well, pretty much essential there.
It doesn't matter if it's your first time buying or if you've done it all before.
Right. The core question is, why is that solicitor so vital in Ireland?
Right.
Let's jump in.
Well, the first thing that jumps out is just how detailed the legal side of things is in Ireland.
It's not straightforward.
Not really, no. You're looking at complex contract reviews, really thorough title investigations.
Title investigations, like checking who owned it way back when.
Precisely. Sometimes tracing it back decades, and then there's all the closing documentation needed to actually, finalize the deal.
Okay, so trying to navigate that alone sounds risky.
It definitely can be. You could hit delays, face unexpected legal issues. Having that expert guidance is key.
And Cosgrove Gaynard, based on their info, seem to focus on smoothing that out.
Yeah, they emphasize clear communication, making sure documents are prepared correctly and crucially on time.
Protecting your interests, both financially and legally, I suppose.
Absolutely. And making sure everything lines up with Irish law. It's like having a guide through a legal maze, really.
Makes sense. And this applies to buying a home too, residential conveyancing.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of it. Buying, selling houses, apartments, even new builds,
Wow.
all across Ireland.
So the idea is they handle the legal side so you can have a hopefully less stressful move.
That's the goal, a smooth and stress-free experience. Imagine you're a first-time buyer, completely baffled by a contract.
Yeah, I can picture that.
A good solicitor breaks it down, explains it in plain English, takes away some of that overwhelm.
Because buying a home is stressful enough.
Exactly. Then you got the commercial side of things.
Ah, right. Different ball game.
Pretty much. Different complexities. We're talking about buying, selling, or leasing commercial spots, offices, shops, maybe land for development.
So this is really relevant if you're, say, an investor or running a business.
Definitely. Commercial deals often have, much more detailed negotiations, very specific legal points compared to buying a house.
Like a long-term lease for a shop, for example.
Yeah, exactly. A solicitor makes sure all the critical clauses are in there, protecting your business interests, whether you're the landlord or the tenant.
So they help draft those commercial leases too, and sort out disputes if they happen.
Assisting both sides, landlords and tenants, with leases and resolving disagreements.
Okay. And what about other types of property problems?
They also mentioned helping with property disputes, things like boundary disagreements,
Like where the fence should be?
kind of, yeah, or issues with easements, rights someone else might have over your land, or even defects in the actual legal title.
And the aim there is just resolution.
Efficient and effective resolution, yeah. Trying to avoid long, costly court battles if possible.
Which brings us to, well, why choose a specific firm like Cosgrove Gaynard? What do they highlight?
They talk about having over 30 years of combined experience
Mm-hmm.
and building a reputation for being reliable, responsive,
And knowledgeable, presumably.
and having that in-depth knowledge, yes. They also mentioned transparent pricing, no hidden fees, which is always good,
Definitely reassuring.
and offering a personalized service, so you actually talk directly to your solicitor. Plus, aiming for quick turnarounds on contracts and title checks.
That speed must be important in property deals.
It often is. And they provide this service nationwide, in person or remotely.
And they included a client comment.
Yeah, a testimonial. Professional, efficient, and trustworthy. I highly recommend Cosgrove Gaynard for any property transaction in Ireland.
That kind of feedback is powerful.
It really is. And just for reference, the contact details provided were the phone number 0123400044, email info@cgsolicitors.ie, and the website www.cgsolicitors.ie.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, the big takeaway from the Cosgrove Gaynard information seems pretty clear.
Yeah, it really underscores how crucial a property solicitor is for navigating Ireland's sometimes tricky property laws.
They're essentially your guide and protector through a major transaction.
Guiding you, protecting your interests, avoiding those potential pitfalls.
It does highlight the kind of peace of mind you get with expert legal help during these big moments.
Definitely.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. What questions does this bring up about your own situation or potential property dealings in Ireland? And if you did face a specific issue, where would you go for that detailed advice? Something to mull over after today's dive. Until next time.